Right now, say I want Josh Taylor and get the Josh Taylor fight because he's April. That's right. So anybody on that pipeline right now, that's a big deal.
I talked his ass, but the same day that James Tony came in and signed the contract. Wow. So I'm talking to both of them on the phones like this. Look, I got Zab on one phone, I got James on one phone.
What is Crawford gonna do before? He's gonna beat Sean. Everybody listen, he's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean.
Mike Lewis is the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yo. Yo. Welcome to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. We got a lot to get into today. I'm your host, AK the Apostle. I may bring a few guests on. I may not. But in the meantime, in the between time, we got a lot to get into. We're gonna definitely start it off with what happened out there in Detroit with Claressa Shields, aka the GOAT Rex. She put on a dazzling performance. And I must say though, the way the whole package was put together was divine. Absolutely divine. You know, from the beginning to end, from how she she took time out to honor all the champions, from Detroit, such as the Motor City Cobra, Tommy Hearns, and a lot of people in there that, fighters that people may not even been familiar with, that she gave out. She made sure they got their flowers. So it was a beautiful performance, beautiful setup and all that. Then we got the actual fight, the whole card, but the actual fight when she got out there and she was able to knock out the the heavyweight. Man, it could have been that. Could be that, I think more than likely though, when she put on the weight, she didn't have to cut as much weight off. So she felt her power, was able to, to resonate throughout her body. 175 might be the best weight for her. You know what I mean? And then whoever from the smaller weights that want to fight her just got to come up and wait. They got to come up and wait. You know what I mean? Is she the greatest of all time? We can debate that at a later time. Right now, to me, she's the best out there. 3-time undisputed, 5-division world champion. There's no denying. There's no denying it. The resume definitely speaks for itself. So her claims are very valid. You know what I mean? People make claims all the time, but when you got the back, you got the accolades and the accomplishments to back it up. Why she doing it? And then, I see people, I'm going to just address it all. I see people all over online, they trying to, try to nitpick at her competition. But let's be clear. Christina Hammer will be the best win on a lot of people's resume. Franchon Cruz will be the best win on a lot of people's resume. Savannah Marshall will be the best win on a lot of people's resume. You know what I mean? And the list goes on and on. You know what I mean? She fought who was there to fight. Whoever was the champion, whoever was the top guys or the top women, she fought them. She beat them. That's all we can ask of in any sport. It's too many people finding ways to nitpick at people's accomplishments and try to tear down their accomplishments when they do something. But again, if there had been somebody else that you like, you would pick up them same accomplishments. It is what it is. What's on paper is on paper. You know what I mean? What's on paper is on paper. We can debate a lot of things. Black and white, not one of them. She is a 3-time undisputed 5-division world champion. That's what's on paper. And when you got that on your resume, no matter who you are, who you is. It's hard to debate greatness when you have a resume like that. Shout out to her. You know what I mean? I had the honor of meeting her on multiple occasions. And you know what? I don't know what you may see over her online. In person, she's a real sweetheart. And I salute her and her accomplishments and all that she's doing. And I just, I don't know what's next for her. Somebody's gonna have to come out, out the ashes and make themselves a formidable opponent for her. Because right now it's like she's in a class by herself. You know what I mean? Yes, there's other great women out there such as Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron. You know what I mean? They're great fighters out there. Alicia Baumgartner, Amanda Serrano. It's a lot of them out there. Women's sports as a whole is growing to new levels. Women's sports as a whole is a new level. We're going to touch on the WNBA a little later. We're going to get to that. But women's sports as a whole has grown. But I also want to say this. A lot got to change with women's sports, but also, ladies, I love y'all, but y'all have to support better. You got to support better. You know what I mean? You see what they're doing. You see what they're trying to do. Y'all have to support what they're doing a whole lot better in order for us to be able to see the true manifestation. I know that didn't sound right. Manifestation. I don't know why they're coming out. But yeah, we need to see more of that. Also, the Olympics kicked off. And as you see the Olympics out there, and also for boxing, I'm staying with boxing for the DMV era. July 31st. Be on the lookout. 9:30 in the morning. You got Jahmal Harvey and his kickoff bout for the Olympics as he goes for the Olympic gold. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jahmal Harvey, Coach Christina Cruz, and everything they doing over there. But yes, that for the DMV, Jahmal Harvey, he's going for the Olympic gold put on. And then, like I said, his first fight, KD did what KD does. That's true. Then, the DMV, listen, the DMV is represented heavy. It's a lot of DMV folks in those Olympics over there in Paris. KD, Jahmal Harvey. I can't think of the rest of them off the top of my head, but the DMV is depth. I put up a post the other day with all of them on there. I'm gonna see if I can find it in my phone so I can remember all the names. But yeah, the DMV is being represented in big time over there. So yeah, no doubt. Shout out to KD and like I said, Jahmal Harvey going for Olympic gold. All right, since he brought up that Jason Tatum didn't play a minute at all during the game yesterday in the opening game, and that made headlines and all of that. Maybe it's because he tired, or they just said we just gonna give you a rest because you've been doing a lot of running, these last few years. He's just gonna give you a rest. Maybe that's it. Anything other than that. I do think Jason Tatum, I'm going to keep saying, I do think Jason Tatum is the most disrespected superstar in the NBA. Flat out. I don't know why people dislike this kid. He's done nothing but play the game. That's how I don't get. Now, people that do stuff outside the game that cause distractions and get into this, get into that, maybe I can understand. But the only thing this kid did was play the game. He came in the game a winner. Now, finally, he got the ultimate prize, but he been winning since he got in the league, man. All he did was play the game. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be underneath of a legendary player or a player that y'all put on a legendary status. But then he ended up beating that man to get his first title. Not coming for Kyrie, but that's what happened. All I'm saying is, if he needed rest, that's fine. Anything other than that is a disrespect. Put some respect on Jason Tatum's name. That's all I'm going to say. Put some respect on that man's name. He has definitely earned the right to do some things. Now, while we still on boxing, this is the official week of the Bud Crawford card. Let's talk about that card. Let me talk about that card. Bud Crawford kicked off his media the media week that leads up to the fight. What do you say? It's because he ain't bought into being a villain. He's a certified dog. Facts. Don't know why. I mean, don't know why he gotta be a villain. He ain't gotta be a villain. Yeah, it's Bud fight week. It's Bud fight week, and you know what I mean? I don't want to keep saying the name wrong. Mosmov. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? He that kicks off this weekend. Also, Also, you got Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller, he's fighting Andy Andy Ruiz on that card. And then we got Joe Anderson, which is the fight I circle. That's your birthday. We're gonna talk about that. The fight I circled on that card is the other Big Baby, Jared Big Baby Anderson, versus this Martin Bacol. Now, this Martin Bacol, there's rumors. I don't feed in the rumors, but there's rumors that he had a very great sparring session, dropped Usyk with a body shot. No, I don't know, but I mean, all right, let's be clear. It's clear Usyk has had vulnerability to the body. Okay, he's had vulnerability to the body. No shame in that. But so this guy saying he dropped him with a body shot. Yeah. That's the fight I want to see. This dude can punch like they say he can punch. I definitely want to see how Big Baby Anderson responds to somebody that's hitting them with good punches or power punches. Also on the card, you got a fight I wasn't happy about, but it's here now, and that is Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus El Rayo. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'm not gonna rule out El Rayo is a dog. I'm not gonna rule out El Rayo spoiling the party because El Rayo come to fight. So this fight right there, that might end up being the best fight of the night. Pitbull Cruz versus El Rayo might end up being the best fight of the night. Remember I said that we're gonna coin this. That might be the best fight. Then you got Andy Cruz on the card. So like I said, this is a star-studded fight. David Morrell is also on the card as he makes his claim to put himself in a position to fight either David Benavidez or the winner of Better Bivol as well. So it's a beautiful card. LA, Saturday night, August 3rd. We'll tap in. Now, Bud recently had a sit down with Andre Ward. And in this sit down, he says Al Heyman didn't want to fight with him and Earl. Earl and him made the fight on their own. Do I think that's entirely true? No. Do I think it's some truth to it? Yeah. I think that at the end of the day, when the fight got signed, Al ultimately was the final say-so to say, yeah, go ahead and go with it. Now, Earl may have put his feet down and like they said and all that, but ultimately Al was the one that gave it the go. But here's the thing. As a promoter, as an advisor, I got one job, and that's to provide revenue for the event and provide revenue for the fighter. That's my job. My job is not to fulfill your legacy. My job is not to do none of those things. And people get that confused. A promoter has one job: generate revenue. That's it. I'm the one to get the eyes on the screen. I'm the one to get people in the building. I'm the one that put money in your pocket. That's my job. My job is not to train you. My job is not to matchmake you. My job is to make sure you get money. People get that confused. Your manager is the one that guides your everything else. Your advisor, your promoter, all I do is one thing: I generate revenue. That's it. And perhaps, maybe he saw something in Earl that people didn't want to see. Maybe he didn't want Earl to take that fight at that moment. Maybe he thought Earl should take the fight later. We don't know. But it's a lot that ties into that. I don't want everybody just to get into it and be like, oh my God, he was trying to sabotage the fight. No, maybe he was trying to save Earl from Earl. We don't know. But, we got to watch how we read into things. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But, yeah, shout out to Terrence Crawford. He had an interesting – I posted it in the box in the DC group. He had an interesting back and forth with Eddie Hearn today. And like I said, this is his fight week. It's a beautiful fight card. A lot of fights to consider. I didn't realize just how stacked this card was. I realized it, but now that it's here, we can talk about it. Also, let me touch this. Also, let me touch this. So Canelo is now fighting Edgar Berlanga. And I know there are some people that say they like the fight. Don't know how. I don't know how, but there are people that say they like the fight. People are cool. He got the fight. Don't know how. I'm sorry. I can't co-sign the Berlanga fight, but this is. Oh, I thought you already knew. No, I was going to get to that. That was one of my topics. Yes, the Earl Spence Fondor fight is called off for now. They saying something about moving the date, but I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I wouldn't hold my breath. I don't have that fight happening at all at this point. I think Fondor is going to move on. Maybe even get it. I wouldn't mind seeing Jahmal Charlo replace Earl in that fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. You know, Jahmal announced his comeback. I believe Earl should fall back and let Jahmal take that fight. I think Jahmal should take that fight, let Earl fall back. Jahmal go beat him, take that strap. Then we got action. See, then, you know, as Bud, you know, does what he does with Maz Mamov. I don't want to keep saying his name wrong. That's why I just try not to say his name. All right, let me talk about that fight. I know I'm going around in circles, but it's all going to make sense in a minute. I think Bud wins that fight. The only thing I think that could make the fight in anywhere close to being anything more than just Bud just going out there and you know, putting on a dominant performance is if his guy power is what they say it is, then Bud just may have to box to a victory. But I don't see him catching Bud with a big shot. I don't see him being able to do anything offensively because, like I said, the videos I seen, unless they just designed to throw us off, the videos I seen, I didn't see any great skills. I see he got power. I see he's big. I see he's strong, but I didn't see no technical skill that Bud should be in the ring. Like, I'm really worried about what could happen. So I didn't see that. So on that, I'm going to say I think Bud either gets him out of there probably around the 8th round, or he just boxes him beautifully to a 12-round decision. But I don't see this guy really beating Bud. So with that said, that'll put Bud at that champion. If Jahmal comes back and wins that belt off of Fondor, then we got to see what happens with Victor Ortiz's fight. Then we also got to see what happens with Tim Tszyu when he come back. So yeah, like I said, that right there sets up a lot. 154 is where it's at. I also saw that Blair Cobb is announced to fight Rolly Romero. Rolly? Not a fan of that fight at all. I want to see Blair Cobb in the ring with either Boots or Mario Barrios. I think that as much as I don't really like Blair Cobb, he's entertaining and he come to fight. We can say a lot of things about Blair Cobb, but Blair Cobb come to fight, and I don't think that's a fight that I like to see Rolly in. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Rolly fighting Blair Cobb. Let's see him fight the more upper echelon fighters. Let him fight Boots. Boots needs a fight. He need a fight that people will be excited. Now, granted, we all know we don't mean that. Regardless of what you think of Blair Cobb, he's going to sell a fight, and when he get in the ring, he's going to come to fight. So I mean, yeah, Boots should probably get him out of there. Mario Barrios should probably win, but it still will be a compelling opponent and a compelling fight. Sometimes you gotta take what you can get. Until we can get Boots a fight that we satisfied with, I think Blair Cobb is a fight that I think I wouldn't mind seeing him in. Not Rolly though. I don't see Blair Cobb destroy Rolly. What we doing? He's too big, too strong for Rolly. You know what I mean? What is Rolly really going to do? You know what I mean? There's nothing special about Rolly Romero. You know, it's going to be a spectacle. They're going They're gonna yeah. They're gonna talk, they talk, but it's nothing special about Rolly. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. That's that. He'll definitely dominate Rolly Romero, and I just think it's a waste of a fight, a waste of a night, waste of us gathering around. I want to see Black Cobb and then we with Boots. I really want to see that fight. Really want to see that fight. I want to see him versus Black Cobb, and I want to see him versus Boots. Versus Mario Barrios, and then I want to see it also against Boots. You know what I mean? Mario Barrios was rumored to be fighting Manny Pacquiao, which I didn't like at all. But after Manny Pacquiao's bout with his kickbox, I don't think nobody wants to see Manny Pacquiao in the ring. They think they want to see him go right over to the sunset. Yeah, he looked that bad, but he's 45 years old and he's retired. So we're not going to make a big deal out of it, but it's time for you to carefully just go ahead and ride off in the sunset, live off your lawyers. You don't need to see you in the ring with Mario Barrios. Now, Don Staley recently spoke out on talk to me in the comment section. What y'all want to talk about? We can talk about anything. Right now, we touched on the Shields. We touched on Shields. Oh man, Andre Ward interview should have led me to, yes, I had the divine pleasure and honor to meet and to talk with, Andre SOG Ward. We had a nice little conversation, about 15, 20 minutes about things he want to do and, help, up becoming fighters and visit gyms and things like that, man. Like I said, it was a divine honor to meet the guy. He has a testimony of a story that I think everybody needs to hear. Expiring, absolute, bro. It was an honor to meet SOG yesterday. And hopefully, like we discussed yesterday, hopefully we can, work on doing some things in the future in the DMV era. In the DMV area. So yeah, shout out to Andre Ward. Gave him dynamite word yesterday downtown DC. And like I said, it was an honor to meet him and chop it up with him. Like I said, we chopped up for about 15, 20 minutes. He's definitely said he'll be back. And he's looking to do some things out here in the DMV. And I'm gonna stay after them and hope you don't get too tired up so you can come out and do that, man. And I think that'll be a good look for the DMV. You know what I mean? Also in the WNBA, Don Staley made a statement about if things have been different and Caitlin was playing how she was playing, she would give heavy consideration to her being on the team. And of course, they have been attacked up one side and down the other. They've been brutally thrashed for her not being on the team. My opinion is this. For the mere fact of all the hype, all the bells and whistles, and everything that was going with it, yes, I said it before, I would have put her on the team. I don't know how I feel about her being on the team. And let me tell you why. I don't think it's fair to those caliber players. You're talking to MVPs or future MVPs and telling them that they can't even talk about themselves or their team without having to make it everything about another player who hasn't accomplished what they've accomplished. Yes, I'm not denying that she came in the league with a humongous following. She came in the league with people, she has a cult-like following. Let's just say what it is. She has a cult-like following. They're following her. She's brought in, all kinds of revenue, this, that, and the third. Nobody's denying that. But at the same time, you got to play the game. You have to play the game. And those that on that team have been playing the game at a high level for many years. And granted, if you're going to bring her on and you're going to do a sort of a blend, give her flowers, but also give them theirs. But don't be like, oh, I'm going to give you your flowers because of her. No, it's not fair. So I'm not sure how I feel about her being on the team. Would it be more of a distraction for those caliber players, or then it would be a great thing? I don't know. She's played a lot better in the last stretch of the season in terms of her passing. She's got some things she got to work on in terms of how to, create her shot better and scoring and definitely defense. but she's definitely proved that she's more than just a shooter. She's, she has more dimensions to her game. No question. Her and Angel Reese both have showed that they belong in the league. They belong on the field with the best. They're just not amongst the best just yet, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, what we found out, for those that was new to the WNBA, for those that wasn't versed in the WNBA or best basketball in general, for those that just found their way watching it, what you found out is, in the same way she did, that these women in the league are better than you thought. They are better than you thought. And the product is good. See what I'm saying? It's a good product. But you found out they were better than you thought, because the narrative was she was going to be the best player in the league right now. She's going to come in, take over the league. These women in the league are not that talented. They're not going to be able to keep up with her. She's going to take over the league. That didn't happen. Now, what they took away from her was her shooting, but what also she shows she has more dimension to her game. She's a multi-dimensional player. You can take away this, but I can still give you that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Give her her flowers, but don't oversaturate. When you see people talk about that All-Star game and you mention her before Enrique Woman-Wiley, something's wrong. They don't win that game without Enrique. If Caitlin didn't play, no, not saying taking away from her 10 assists or what she did, but the biggest factor of that game and the reason they won was Enrique Woman-Wiley. No doubt about it. She carried the load. And that's not saying that. And speaking of that, for those that think that, that want to see Caitlin eventually, compete for a championship, unless she gets another shooter score on that level, it's not going to happen on that team. It's not going to happen. Okay, now let's get to what I don't know why this comes up every day. Dak Prescott and his contract. And this morning I'm looking at these shows and they're talking about how Tua got his money, Jordan Love got his money, these people got their money, they're disrespecting Dak. How? Dak has a contract. Dak played his contract. He got paid. They're setting up for a second contract. All these other guys, Tua, Jordan Love, this is their first contract. See what I'm saying? So Dak may have to do what people don't think they want him to do. He may, if he don't do good in the playoffs this year and reach the championship game of the Super Bowl, this might be Dak's last year as a Cowboy. No big deal. Did people say all this when Philadelphia gave up on Carson Wentz? Did people say all this when Detroit gave up on Jared Goff? Did they say all that? He's not the first quarterback that the team said, all right, we paid you. We ain't got the results. We're moving on. Jimmy G. Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl. Let that sink in. Jimmy G went to a championship game and a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Jimmy G went to a championship game and a Super Bowl. And still, they sent him out of there. You know what I mean? So, Dak got to win. And then Keyshawn Johnson got to call you out, my guy. You compare Dak to Troy Aikman? You compare Dak to Troy Aikman? Come on, bro. I'm going to touch something. I remember people sending me videos talking about how Troy was overrated and all that kind of stuff. I need y'all to put in context the game. You got to put the game in context. Your level of competition speaks values. Could Dak handle anywhere close to the level of competition that Troy faced? You know what I'm saying? You got to remember Dak Prescott, the NFC East, Philadelphia has been consistent. The Giants been hit or miss, who the Cowboys have completely dominated for the last 10 years. The Commanders been hit or miss, but they've never been dominant. Troy played in the era when Washington was a Super Bowl contender year in and year out. The Giants was a Super Bowl contender year in, year out. Philadelphia was Super Bowl contenders, bro. Joe Gibbs, Dick Vermeil. You know what I'm saying? Dick Vermeil may have been gone, but you get it. The Philadelphia was still a formidable team. Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Muddy Waters, them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Taylor, Pepper Johnson, Redskins, Charles Mann, Dexter Manley, Darryl Green, Art Monk, Gary Clark. That's who Troy was going up against. Where they was, they're the only division in the history of football that won 4 Super Bowls in a row. 5 out of 7 years the NFC East won the Super Bowl. Them the type of Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, these are the people Troy went against. Don't you ever listen to me. I get it, Cowboy fans, and I get it, the Dak apologists, because y'all, the reason I keep attacking is because I get attacked on social media. A lot of people, they scared to say what they got to say here when I'm live, so they send me DMs and they send me messages, all that kind of stuff, and they're attacking me, calling me a Cowboy hater and a Dak hater. I am a Cowboy fan, and I'm not a Dak hater. I love Dak, but I'm going to keep it 100. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it 100. He's got to get over the hump. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect everybody to be like, you know what, man? Yeah, he was second in MVP votes. That's cool. What happened in the playoffs? The year before, what happened in the playoffs? The year before that, what happened in the playoffs? Come on, man. He got 2 playoff wins. He's like 2-8 in the playoffs. That's the real. And half of the losses are not because of the defense. That's reality. Half of the losses are not because of the defense, bro. You know what I'm saying? I watched this dude do some of the most bizarre things known to football, and I'm not going to keep spending my time on it. But y'all get what I'm saying. I love the guy, love the team, but if they move on for him, it is what it is, and I'm not going crazy about that. You know what I mean? See? Cowboy fan. But back to the top. Like I say, Brad. What's up, man? Look, Brad, look. I need you, Art. I need you. I got a lot of things in the pipeline, a lot of guys in the pipeline, but yeah, man, we need to funnel some of these guys through, Art. I need you back, man. I need punch by punch back popping. I know you're doing something. I know you're working on something, but I need you, Art. Had a great conversation with Andre Ward yesterday, man. It was a divine pleasure, man. Dude is one of them gems. It's one of them gems, man, that you just gotta appreciate. This is Bud Fight Week. And listen, give Claressa her flowers. Give Claressa her flowers. The hate gotta stop. You know what I mean? It's beautiful what they doing. She went out there, and that was a wonderful thing. I mean, the tribute to all of, the previous champions from Detroit, the walkout. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Looking forward to it. And if you ever in the DMV area, that go for all y'all that, listen, come through the Let's Talk Sports. You want me to shout out your business? You want me to shout out what you got going on? Like my man Art Brad, Punch by Punch Boxing. Go to the page, man, and check out all of the interviews they doing. They always tapped in. You gotta, it's a lot of good stuff. I mean, we got good stuff on there too, man. We got some good stuff on there. He got some good stuff. I mean, I'm part of it. I'm part of the Punch by Punch press row. But yeah, it's some definitely dynamite people that funneled through, man. You got to come check it out. You got some gems. A lot of guys like when I remember us talking to the Mason brothers before they started to blow up. You know what I mean? So, and then Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin and his father, like we it's been some folks that came through there that started and then of course there's been legends on there as well. But yeah, like I said, you got a business, you got something you want to shout it out, come through here, man. And of course, we looking for over here at Let's Talk Sports, we looking for sponsors, donations. You know what I mean? The Cash App is at the bottom. You know what I mean? You feel led to donate, or you feel led you feel like you want to be a sponsor. Because like I said, we have a At the Black Eye Media Room that I'm part of, we have a lot of things that you need to come check out. I'm waiting for the authorization to be able to give you like a video tour of what we got going on at the actual media center. But the media center, we have a media center, like we have a whole event center. I'm at home right now in my in-home studio, but we have an actual real studio, record studio, t-shirt shop, our arcade. It's a lot going on in there, man. That so if you invest in this, you invest in it with soul and stuff that we got ways, to get it. And we're not just here on Facebook and YouTube, we on Twitter, IG, Clubhouse, Twitch. So like I said, you'll be promoted heavy if you want to be a sponsor for Let's Talk Sports, y'all. But back to and if you haven't, please like and subscribe to the channel, YouTube, Facebook, all over. And like I said, Bud fight week. It's a Bud fight week. He should win convincingly. It's a beautiful card. You got I don't know how I feel about Andy Ruiz versus Big Baby Miller though. It's an interesting fight because Big Baby Miller's comeback fight against Daniel Dubois didn't look too good, but Daniel Dubois has shown that he's after the Herkovich fight, we gotta look at Daniel Dubois a little different. He bounced back from his loss from Joe Joyce. It seemed like him and Joe Joyce fortunes flipped. You know what I mean? It's like Joe Joyce stopped him with the eye socket breaking. His career went downhill ever since, and Daniel Dubois' career is elevated ever since because now he got the big fight with AJ coming off the win of Herkovich. So, like I say, it's definitely. That's why when fighters fight and fighters lose, y'all shouldn't write fighters off of one loss. It's what that fighter does after that loss is what determine how you should view them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I'm catching a lot of flack because a lot of people mad at me because I said I think Earl Smith should do a tune-up. He's never done tune-ups. That's fine. A year coming off a devastating loss and then to add a year layoff on top of that, I think you need a tune-up. I don't think nothing wrong with that. The greatest fighters out there have took tune-ups. Ali took a tune-up. Floyd took a tune-up. Sugar Ray took a tune-up. The greatest have done it. I want to see the best fight the best at their best. And if I feel somebody's might be a little rusty, go ahead and take that tune-up. Go ahead and take that tune-up. You know what I mean? And as you see, they called the fight off with him and Fondora. And hopefully after that, he just get in the ring, fight somebody, man. Get the burns about yourself. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You know what I mean? With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I thank y'all for tapping in to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. And I'll be back, multiple times, as we continue what's going on, man. Like I said, a lot to talk about. Definitely want to tap in with my young man, Jahmal Harvey. Salute to Claressa. And hopefully I can get her and Andre Ward through here very soon. Because like I said, I have a good connection with both of them. And they both tapped in. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. And thank you for tapping in to Let's Talk Sports, y'all.